More days. Just 40 more days. Just 40 more days. Just 40 more days. Hey everyone, Foundation Afro here to talk a bit about the Destiny beta, which ended just a few days ago, and Destiny itself comes out in just 40 more days. Okay, so I was originally going to do a bit of a review for the Destiny beta, but instead I will save that for the full launch instead of doing two reviews. Let's do the one, and I'll talk about why the Destiny beta made me want to play the full game. And it was on the Sunday night, I believe, which I thought would be the last day, but kind of went into Monday as well. And so the Sunday night, yeah, Saturday or Sunday, sorry. The point is, it was right at the end that this happened, and what happened was I kind of entered the free play area where you can just do whatever you want. There's no story mission or anything. There's kind of a bunch of missions scattered around the world. Before that, I had really enjoyed the game. I had lots of fun with it, but there was nothing really that stood out that made me think, like, this is worth all the hype. This is going to be a really, really amazing game until that last day. I was running around and I just found this random person in a cave, and we just kind of sat down together. Which is one of the things you can do, like you can wave, you can dance. I'm sure you've seen all the dancing videos. You can point if you want someone to know something, but I don't know, unless you're pointing at a character, it might be tough to see what you're pointing at. Or you can just sit down and hang out. And that's what we did. We were kind of in this cave and we sat down and hung out, just looking at each other for about a minute, not really doing anything. And then eventually we went outside. We were both level 8 hunters, which is kind of the sniper or melee character. Kind of that type of thing, which I always like to play in RPGs. We both went outside and just kind of went back. There were these two buildings that weren't really far apart that enemies spawned in. And by the time we had finished clearing out one area, we'd go back to the other area and just kind of going back and forth, just taking out the enemies. And it was like the most fun I had in the whole beta, just running back and forth, fighting these enemies. And we were both level 8, which was the highest level you could get to in the beta. So we were pretty evenly matched. We were both were using sniper rifles to pick the enemies off. It was lots of fun. Like we never were able to chat. I didn't get to join a fire team to be able to chat. I don't really know how we did that. But just like challenging each other even without having to say it. So like I'd be lining up to snipe a guy and suddenly he drops and it's like, "Oh, you stole it from me, how dare you!" Or I'll have taken out a guy and like a split second later you see I saw her sniper trail gone by. I think it was she, it was definitely a female guardian. Her sniper trail go by just like later, like, "Oh, I just stole that from you." And we never and like we respect each other's fightings too. Like if I'd go into a room and there'd be a bunch of guys and I'd have my assault rifle take them out, like she wouldn't come in and go and try to take the kills from me, and I wasn't trying to take her kills when something like that happened to her. And it was fun. We just, like I said, just kept going back and forth between these two spawn areas. And then at one point, like, I don't know what happened. The enemies at first were pretty easy. I think they were around level 4 or something. And at one point, all these really hard enemies just started to pour in. They're like level 6 and level 7, and they're a lot higher ranks than the ones we're fighting. I don't know what happened, because they just kind of came out of nowhere. I don't know if that was a random encounter, or the game saw that, oh, these guys have been in the same area taking out enemies for a while, I'm gonna throw a big challenge at them. But then it suddenly got hard, and that was so much fun. Like, we weren't able to pick them off as easily as we had been. We kind of had to jump in to save each other's butts a few times. I think we both died a couple times as well. Like, that was so much fun, and that is what convinced me that this is going to be an amazing game. Like, just the social aspect. I've never really been a fan of MMOs. Like, I tried, what's it called? World of Warcraft. I didn't like it. But when it's kind of big, Bungie doesn't want to call it an MMO, but in a way it is an MMO. Like, all the different people you can just find randomly in the world. I think the fact it's an FPS as well. It's not like fully MMO in the way that World of Warcraft or something. But yeah, that's what made me decide that I really, really want to play this game. So September 9th cannot get here fast enough, and I hope that I'll be seeing you there. It's gonna be awesome. Bye bye. Oh, I forgot to mention, if you want to join me and lots of the other cool people from Radio Live in Destiny, come join the RUL clan. I'll put a link in the description below. You can join it on Xbox or on PlayStation, although we're having some troubles with people joining on Xbox right now. But you get a little RUL tag above your head. It'll be lots and lots of fun, and maybe we'll get to play together. Thanks, everyone.